Hey, welcome back to the Junk in My Trunk Roadshow. We're over here at Amazing Play over here in Liberty, Missouri with Daryl, the owner. How you doing, Daryl?
Doing pretty good today.
Man, it's a busy Saturday morning. Can you tell the listeners and the viewers a little bit about Amazing Play here in Liberty?
Well, it's really a pretty typical Saturday morning. We have a lot of parties on the weekends, but Amazing Play is a family-oriented facility designed for families to be able to come in and do things alongside with their children. We feature a 24-foot tall Sky Maze that is a huge playground that's got just all kinds of climbs and bounces and swings and slides, and kids from about 2 to 14 can play for hours, literally. In back, we have a 3,000 square foot laser tag arena that's themed like an alien forest under black light. State-of-the-art laser tag equipment that is themed after the latest video games. We have 9 different games to choose from. It's a lot of fun. We have the cloud jumper that we strap kids in between a couple of long fiberglass poles and lift them up in the air, and it's a cross between a swing and a bounce that they get quite a thrill out of. The laser maze is a great challenge to see if you can navigate through the laser beams and how quickly you can do it without breaking any of the beams. So we have an arcade, and of course we do a lot of parties here at Amazing Play, and we have a good array of food. So that's it in a nutshell.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's an amazing place. How'd you come up with this concept or idea?
Well, I've been in the industry of family entertainment centers for about 25 years now, and I've been building these playgrounds for the better end of 20 years. And just for a long time, I've wanted to move from the actual construction of the playgrounds into operating the playgrounds, and it also lets me stay in one place a little bit more.
I'll tell you what, it's a great time. I noticed that even the adults are having fun here too, as well, not just for the kids.
That's what we tried to design. We wanted to entertain every single person that walks through the door. We want everybody to have a lot of fun when they come here, and that's what it's all about. The playground is designed specifically so that adults can go in and participate with their kids, and that they'll actually want to, because it's fun.
Right.
And everything we have here, if the adults want to participate in, they can. If they don't want to, they can sit in the lobby and be in visual contact with almost everything that's going on. They're right in the middle of the action. So
that's very good. Now, if someone wants to book a party or come out here to your location, where exactly are you located here in Liberty?
We are on 291 Highway, about just a little over a mile north of 152. We're right beside Heartland Chevrolet, behind McKnight Eye Center.
Very good. And also you have a following on Facebook. You always are posting really cool pictures on Facebook as well. I notice you're on there all the time too.
Yeah, well, social media is part of the game anymore. You've got to do it.
Now, if they want to call and book a party, what's the telephone number?
The telephone number here is 994-2160.
Very good. Now, we have a tagline on our radio show and road show. It's Woo Doggies. Can you give me Woo Doggies?
Woo doggy.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for coming on, Daryl. We really appreciate being a sponsor of the Junk in My Trunk Roadshow. Hey, guys, you've been listening to the Junk in My Trunk Roadshow, and we'll be right back. Hey, this is Darren with Junk in My Trunk Roadshow. If you're looking for a great used car, don't forget to go see Fat Boy Motor Company, located in Independence, Missouri, 300 West 24 Highway, 816-836-8318. Ask for Reggie. Reggie's been in the car business since 1993 and has tons of satisfied customers. You will not be disappointed if you go see Fat Boy Motor Company. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., Saturday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Hey, welcome back to the Junk in My Trunk Roadshow. We're over here with Rebecca from Golden to Cash. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Oh, we're great. And what a great place, Golden to Cash. Tell the listeners where you're located.
We are at 7819 North Oak Traffic Way. And you can also visit us on the website, www.gold2cashkc.com.
Very good. We appreciate you being our sponsor, and you are definitely Junk
fan.
Mafia approved.
And I'm a big fan.
Well, let's give the listeners some Woo Doggies. Are you ready?
Ready?
Woo
Doggies!
Stay tuned.
Very good. Hey, welcome back to the Junk in My Trunk Road Show. We're over here at the Quilter Station over here in beautiful Lee Summit, Missouri. We're here with Rita. How you doing, Rita?
I'm just great today. Sun shining. Going to get warmer.
It is going to get warmer. You have a really amazing quilt shop over here. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about it?
We've been in business for about 18 years. We run around 15,000 bolts of fabric, a lot of hand-dyed wool, which I dye myself, a lot of samples for you to look at, books and patterns and notions, whatever you need to make a quilt with.
So you're saying you dye the quilt yourself. What kind of process is that?
No, I dye the wool.
Oh, the wool.
We have hand-dyed wool.
Hand-dye wool.
Uh-huh.
Wow. So how do you get your colors for that?
I buy a lot of different colors and mix them up together.
Nice.
And then whatever comes out, because you never know.
Oh, because you never know. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what got you excited about getting into the quilting business? Is it something that you'd learned from your family, or how'd that come about?
Actually, I learned to sew as a child, and as I went through high school, I sewed a lot for the other girls, and then I don't know. I worked retail for about 20 years, and then I was out of it for a while and got back into it and thought, no, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it for myself. So I love fabric. Got myself a quilt shop.
It's amazing now. So I see a lot of repurposers around here. A lot of your things that you have here are new, but I heard people take their shirts and stuff like that and turn them into quilts.
A lot of people do. A lot of people you'll find, say, a younger lady who maybe her father has passed away and she has taken his shirts and made a quilt out of it, or a young mom who has children, she will save all their clothes and cut those up and make quilts out of them. So you see a lot of that. And you see a lot of grandpa's ties made into quilt tops too.
Exactly. So if you were to make a quilt if you're hand doing a quilt, how long does it usually take? What's the process of making a quilt?
Depends on whether you use all the modern techniques, or if you're going to hand quilt it, or if you're going to have it machine quilted. If you're going to hand quilt it, it could run you 6 months to a year. Hand quilting takes a lot of time. If you're going to let somebody else machine quilt it on a long arm, probably a couple of months.
About a couple of months then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. So there's some artisticness to this. Like everyone's a unique piece, correct?
Definitely. It all depends on what you like. There's thousands and thousands of patterns. I happen to like the more traditional, the more primitive look. It's more of a homey's rest your eye on it. But now we're getting into, a lot of young people are getting into the modern, what they call modern quilting. And that's much brighter, much bigger motifs on the fabric. I don't happen to be into that, but there's nothing wrong with what they're doing, and the more people we can get doing it. We just don't want to see quilting go by the wayside. It's something that's been around for years and years and years, and originally it was done for utilitarian usage. They needed to keep warm, and the women needed something to do in the winter. So I just don't want to see the art of it die.
And so you have classes for that, correct?
Yes, we do. We have our classes that we do with local teachers, and then I bring in a lot of national teachers, and we do their classes as well.
Now, is there such things as quilting competitions? I have heard of some.
Oh, yeah. There's quilt shows all the time. Like in Lee Summit itself, we have 2 local quilt guilds, and each one of those will put on a quilt show once a year or every other year. And around the Kansas City area, there's probably 15 or 20 quilt guilds, and you'll have They'll hand out tickets to people to say, what's a viewer's choice? And they'll give a ribbon for that, or they'll have the mayor's choice, just different things. Or there is at Sedalia at the State Fair, there is a big show there, and those are, they will give prizes for those. So, yeah, there's a lot of competition. Then you get into the national competition where the money is. And I've got some friends that have won sewing machines or $10,000 or whatever. I mean, it just depends on the value of the contest and who all's sponsoring and, what all is entailed in it.
I bet it gets very technical. No,
Yeah.
but I have heard of some competitions. So where exactly are you located over here in Lee Summit?
We are just west of 470 and Woods Chapel. We're actually on 3680 Northeast Aiken Boulevard. But like I said, it's exit 12 on 470, and you go west about a block and a half, and then take another left and look up behind the Sonic.
Yeah, it's just right behind the Sonic. It's really conveniently located over in the Lakewood area.
Yes.
And people are kind of familiar with that around Kansas City.
Yes, they are. And we're only 3 miles off of I-70.
That's incredible. Well, we do have a tagline on our radio show. It's called Woo Doggies. Can you give me Woo Doggies?
Woo, doggies!
Awesome. Hey, guys, we'll be right back.
The Surplus Exchange, Kansas City's link between industry, charity, and the environment. A must-go see. By the way, this is Mr. Ed from the Junk of My Trunk Road Show. The Surplus Exchange is located at 518 Santa Fe. They're open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 5. They have computers, office equipment, furniture, and much, much more. Get down, check them out. They're open 9 to 5, 518 Santa Fe. Go there.
Hey, this is Rebecca with Golden to Cash, the Gold Lady. We are located at 7819 North Oak Traffic Way in Kansas City, Missouri. You can look for our Facebook page, Gold, the letter N, number 2, Cash. And if you see the Goldmobile out, take a picture, post it on Facebook, and check in, and you could enter to be a winner of a 1-ounce gold piece will be given away. Look for details. Come by and see us for any of your precious metal needs, or give us a call at 816-GOT-GOLD.
Hey, and welcome back to the Junk in My Trunk Road Show. We're over here at Genevieve's, over here in beautiful Blue Springs. I want to say beautiful Blue Springs, I don't know why, but I live here in Blue Springs, so it is beautiful, always out and about. Pam, can you tell us a little bit about your store?
Yes, the name of the store is Genevieve's. We opened August 14th last year, and we're located on 7 Highway, right south of I-70 between Jimmy John's and Starbucks. And we carry an eclectic mix of vintage, repurposed furniture, home decor, and also lots of handmade items from local artists. They're all Blue Springs and Kansas City artists.
Well, I've been around and about here in the junk world for the last 5 or so years, and I have to tell you, it is the best store here in Blue Springs, if not Eastern Jackson County. I'm very impressed with it. Now, how did you come about finding all these cool artists to come into your store?
Well, before I opened the store, I used to be a director of creative operations at a design studio, and so quite a few of the artists are from there. It was K & Companies, the name of the company, and so I got to know a lot of artists through them and through the art world, and I have some Hallmark artists too, so and just from being involved in the graphic design community. So, and then a lot of people just walk in. There's probably half of the artists have just walked in and have their merchandise and ask if I'd like to sell it.
It's crazy how Kansas City really has some of the best artists around, and we're kind of the best kept secret in the country, I believe.
We are. We definitely are. So there's a lot of them, and everybody knows everybody. There's a lot of talent in Kansas City.
Well, you can see now some of your people that you have here. What should someone expect coming into the store?
Well, you'll see lots of vintage, like repurposed furniture, home decor, lots of handmade items from jewelry to, we have photography, pottery, scarves, some accessories like that, some furniture, lots of the smaller furniture does well. And we paint it and do all sorts of things to it, junk it up. So I love just repurposing, finding things that I can make into something beautiful for someone's house.
So primarily home interiors.
Yep, home interiors. I also have paper goods, so I love letterpress and journals and that sort of thing. So we have Hammer Press, which is in Kansas City too. That's one of my favorite companies, and they do letterpress stationery.
Okay.
Have lots of that and lots of the journals and that sort of thing.
We have a junk journal coming out pretty soon.
Yes, we do.
This would be nice, like a newspaper, like a Thrifty Nickel. Now, how did you come up with the name?
The name is Genevieve's, after my grandmother. So we were very, very close, and she's the handmade part of the store. So we spent lots of time together when I was little, and she lived on a farm in Jameson, Missouri. And every time we would go spend time with her, she'd teach me a new craft. And so she taught me to knit and to sew, and we always had projects. So we didn't have TV or cell phones or anything. So when we were there, that's what we did. And so I thought I would name it after her because she's my inspiration, and so that's where the name came from.
Oh, that's amazing. One of the reasons why I actually started Junk in My Trunk radio show was to create some video game awareness in the school about getting kids off video games, doing something in the arts, doing something play outside, doing maybe sports or playing an instrument or something like that. Do you find that when the kids come in here, are they pretty intrigued with it?
Yes, they are. And I think the world is going more toward handmade, especially lots of the high school girls come in and they're interested in learning the craft again and learning how to knit, and which I think is really good. And I'm going to start offering classes, so that's the handmade part of the store, so we can teach kids and older people too, adults, how to do knitting and crafting and scrapbooking and anything handmade. So I really think it's coming back. I hope.
I think so. Sometimes out of necessity, sometimes recycle, reuse, repurpose. I know I get a lot of my clothes at the thrift store. I actually got this shirt over at the John Knox Village,
I love it.
And
that's where I get a lot of my clothes too.
It's like $5, but it's definitely it's a big craze, and you're doing a great job. Can you tell everyone where you're located here in Blue Springs?
Yes, we are located on 7 Highway in Blue Springs, and you just take the I-70, take I-70 east and take the 7 Highway exit. And then you go south, and we're in a strip mall between Jimmy John's and Starbucks, just a little bit south of I-70.
So it's very easy to find.
Very easy to find, yeah.
Very good. And do you have a Facebook following too?
Yes, we do. It's Genevieve'sHome.com on Facebook.
And are you looking for any artists at all? Are they on like kind of a waiting list, or?
Well, it depends. The store, as you can see, is kind of small, so I'm trying to be careful of what I bring in and hope that it matches the look of the store and everything. But I'm always open. I'm always open to new artists, and then I look at it and see if it fits the look of the store. So, yeah.
Very good. Now, we have a tagline on our radio show. It's called Woo Doggies. Can you give me Woo Doggies?
Sure can. Woo Doggies.
Awesome. Hey, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Junk in My Trunk Road Show, and we'll be right back.
If you need an honest, reliable mortgage professional here in Kansas City, please call Mike Brown with Alpha Mortgage. We're located in Lee Summit, but we serve Missouri and Kansas. We do FHA, VA, conventional, and USDA financing. So again, if you're looking for a professional, reliable mortgage professional, please call Mike Brown at Alpha Mortgage, 816-554-8228.
Hey everybody, this is Steve with Body Renew Medical up in Lee Summit, and I'm here with Darren. How you doing, Darren?
Hey, pretty good, Steve. How you doing?
Good. Hey, you've been a client now for about 7 months. I guess just tell us a little bit about your journey and how you get here, or how you got here, and how you're feeling now.
Well, I host the Junk in My Trunk radio show, and about 7 months ago, I came to Body Renew Medical and started the testosterone therapy. At that time, I really didn't think that I didn't know if I needed it or didn't need it, but I know when I came and got my test, my testosterone was lower than it should be, and so I started. And I've been really impressed and amazed with how my body's reacted to it. I've lost about almost 17 pounds in 6 months. I know it's a gradual weight loss, but it's not just I think I'm losing a lot of body fat. I went from a size 36 in my waist down to a 33, 34.
So, I mean, really, scale movement doesn't really tell the whole story, because you also probably put on some muscle mass as you went back to the gym and started working out, right?
The thing is, I had been in the gym. I've been working out probably for the last 20 years. and it's taken me a long time in being in the gym and not losing the weight around my waist. In fact, my son told me one day, he goes, you got a fat belly, Dad. And that was about 8 months ago.
Love kids, right?
Yeah. And now I can't even wear his jeans anymore because he's the 36 and now I'm the 34.
Well, that's the thing with guys, as we age, we get about 35, it's just that slow, grind downhill and the levels of your hormones. And you don't even necessarily realize. It's not like you wake up one day and go, wow, I feel horrible. It's just because yesterday you just felt a little bit better maybe, but what happens is when you get the treatment, you realize how bad you really felt, because now you're starting to feel good. And the one thing we want to emphasize up here is that we treat to the symptoms. We don't treat to a number. So you may have gone to a doctor and he may have said, you're fine. You're within a range of what's acceptable. Well, that's not necessarily acceptable. If you've got the symptoms and you're not feeling well, you're hitting, 8 out of the 10 symptoms that we've got on the sheet, then there's probably an issue that we need to address. Would you agree with that?
I would have to agree. I'm in direct sales, and so I'm out there all the time, and you really have to be out there and have that drive. And there was times where I didn't even want to get out of bed in the morning because I have to go out there and hit the streets. And this has really helped me get that little mental focus and that clarity that I need and that little edge that I need as well.
So we know it's been good for your appearance. Your energy levels are back up. You're feeling good. I guess the libido's back.
Oh, absolutely. It's through the roof, but won't go there. But it's definitely it's something that you're aging. I'm 47 now, and it's some of the symptoms that you have.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with having if you're married, having that spark put back in the marriage. So we treat a lot of couples up here, and they get great results. You talk about bringing people back together, and that's a great thing. So what about the staff when you come in? How would you rate the staff?
Love the staff. They're very friendly. They make you feel like your family. They're always checking in, making sure everything's okay. From right as you walk through the door, the nurses check on you, and it's a great experience. And once you become part of the family, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about.
So I'm going to guess you probably have recommended us before, right?
Absolutely. Not only to my friends and family, but also to clients of mine. And they have the same problem that I do. Their wallet's hitting the ground. They have to get another belt loop put on.
We were just joking about that. We need to start selling belts here. So when people come in the door, we can actually hook them up with that, right?
Absolutely. It's definitely a big benefit. And it's wild getting up in the morning and be excited to look in the mirror, or get on the scale. One of the first things I do in the morning is I get on the scale to see exactly what I weigh. Before, I didn't even really care what I weighed. I knew where I was. And just, that overall feeling good about yourself again, that's a key thing.
So when you're out there and you're seeing people, friends, family, what do you look for? What are some symptoms that you see that may be an indicator that they've got some hormone issues?
The biggest indicator that I see now, which I didn't see before, was the midsection belly fat. I never really even paid attention before. But a lot of my friends, if they have that problem, and it's not just from drinking beer or something like that, you can literally just see their midline hanging over, or it's bloated. And the results that I've had in my midsection, that's one of the first things that I would recommend when I see someone that just generally wants to get back in shape.
Yeah. And it manifests itself in so many similar ways in men and women. Low energy, fatigue, brain fog. A lot of women suffer from migraines, can't sleep at night. I don't know how many times we hear that. The women have a hard time sleeping. I'm on Facebook and I see friend after friend after friend complain that she can't fall asleep. What's wrong with her? Well, that's a hormone issue most times. Then, of course, low libido, gaining weight around the midsection. There's all kinds of things, but just a general feeling of just feeling off. So those are some things to look for. And I hear people complain about it all the time. Oh, sure. And there is a cure. It's very simple. So.
Absolutely. And then also I have some clients of mine that are female that have hot flashes, and they've been on the radio with me, and they're literally they're starting to profusely sweat. And I'm like, you need some help. And to get them back on track as well.
Well, hey, I appreciate your time up here today. So thank you so much for coming in and being a client of ours and spreading the word. So,
Steve, I appreciate it, man. And
okay.
I look forward to talking with you again.
Thank you. From Body Renew Medical in Lee Summit.
Hey, this is Darren with the Junk in My Trunk Roadshow. If you're looking for flooring, look no further. Action Flooring in Odessa, Missouri is now open and open to the public. They have the best value on residential carpet, best value on commercial carpet. They have Frisés, they have shag, luxury heavy, and plush. They also carry remnant short rolls, luxury vinyl, laminate, you name it. 816-633-4120. That's One Action Road in Odessa, Missouri. You can also reach them online at actionflooringinc.com. Again, their telephone number is 816-633-4120. Action Flooring, Odessa, Missouri. You'll be glad you did.
Hey, this is Ricky with Affordable Tire and Auto Repair. We're located here at 1502 East 24 Highway in Independence, Missouri. Come on by and check us out for new and used tire specials. We're locally owned and operated, so we'll work our best to get the best deal for you and get you back on the road.